Union County tonight due to comments on social media after the death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Thanks for joining us for your news at 11. I'm Siobhan Bryan.
And I'm John Carter. The local branch of the NAACP wants to have Monroe Mayor Robert Burns removed from office for comments they say weaponize his influence to intimidate or shame constituents.
WBTV's Dalfred Jones has the details and reaction from the mayor. Dalfred.
Well, in recent weeks, Siobhan and John, we've seen professors suspended, some people even being fired from their jobs after sharing their thoughts online following the death of Charlie Kirk. Now, on the other hand, we've also seen an outpouring of support for freedom of speech from advocates of the First Amendment. Well, tonight here in Monroe, people were calling for the mayor's job over his handling of those comments online. This is the news release from the Union County branch of the NAACP. It reads in part, the local branch is, quote, deeply disturbed by recent reports detailing Monroe Mayor Robert Burns' decision to publicly target private citizens on social media following reactions to the tragic death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
According to multiple sources, Mayor Burns used his official platform to amplify personal information, tag extremist accounts, and incite harassment against individuals exercising their right to freedom of expression.
On his public Facebook page, Mayor Burns made this post. It includes screenshots of another post made by Perrin Baxter, the former chair of the Union County Democratic Party, along with Baxter's photo and statements that he made regarding the shooting death of Kirk. The mayor highlighted this section. It reads, fascists, authoritarians, and wannabe dictators must see that the people will dance on their graves whenever they die, no matter how it happens, Baxter said. Mayor Burns explains his remarks.
This is more about civility, as the vice president said. You know, for us to go out and make sure that people are aware of there are individuals in the community that are calling for the assassination or celebrating the assassination of individuals.
The mayor's post triggered support from fans of Kirk and outrage toward Baxter, including threats.
This behavior is not only unbecoming of an elected official, but it's actually dangerous.
It's free speech. You know, I do have the ability myself, like any other individual, to be displeased with anybody's comments. You don't lose the right to have an opinion when you're an elected official.
Now, Mayor Burns did not address the claims following tonight's public comment section. However, Mr. Hensley did tell me after the meeting he has sent an email to members of the Monroe City Council urging them to remove Mayor Burns from his seat, citing the Monroe Code of Ethics regarding regarding members of the City Council acting in integrity and independence from improper influence. We're live in Monroe. Dalfred Jones, WBTV on your side.